Def Noodles will fall. Write it down. Might not be this year, might not be next. Def Noodles will botch something. Sweet love. What do you think of John's end goal was? Was it to ride the backs of the commentary community, going for him to try to make Dream look back? I think John had a long-term plan to ride the backs off of everything. And like he was really kind of, not that he was accusing. Well, we'll find out. I think we have an I am Alex situation here in the sense that we're willing to piggyback, and to some extent, yeah. Keem kind of sniffed that out. I felt like that several years ago. I remember how vehement he was during when Keemstar got in the NCO chat and that whole thing blew up with Zoom and things of that nature, and just like how he wouldn't let go that what those guys in the NCO were doing was the wrong thing. And then I'd watch Tro, on the other hand, just taking all the fucking hits for that. It was my fault. It's my fault. It's my fault. I shouldn't have done it. I should have known. I was warned. Tro's not a psychopath, but I remember this insignificant argument when he was doing really well. Let's never forget Dennis Fatos's, aka Def Noodles, is still the most putrid, pathetic fraud on YouTube. Yeah, and you know what? I have a feeling, reality, we will be sitting right here, right now. Well, not right now. In some time, in a bit. Doing something similar on him. And if you want to be there to watch it happen live on South on the Point, I never say this, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, you'll be notified right the fucking way, and we'll get right into it. Def Noodles is dance in the end zone, you want, Def. Spike the fucking football, but you still got to kick off, and the other team gets to receive. All right? I mean, so this could just as easily be you. This doesn't change, and you're just as big a liar as he is. So, whatever.
My favorite part about that rant is it began with, and we're going to find out right now. No. Eventually. No. Maybe. Soon. We will see.
Def Noodles will fall. Write it down. Might not be this year, might not be next. Def Noodles will botch something.
Not right now, though.
Especially since he's hanging around with Pescator. That is
that's always good.
The poison that he cannot even understand and wouldn't bother to research. He will be on this show, and we will be laughing at his ass. I promise you. Because he is not a good guy either. And it's same thing with Susie Lou. Oh, you're all spiking the football. You guys already took L's. Susie Lou, Chris Hansen. Deji probably comes out of this the best. Oh, God. You imagine Deji pulling I could totally see Deji pulling the race card.
Yeah, over the N-word. Holy shit.
Well, he said the N-word to Dream's friend, and I think he made the video on me because he's racist.
Just like my neighbors.
My neighbors are racist. And the guy that killed my dog, and whatever. All you had
the best part, I've been kind of like proofreading this word pad for the questions, and all the responses just boiled down to like circular, like nothing. Like it really like
okay,
it doesn't get to the bottom of anything.
Question: how did you know it was on Discord right away when I didn't mention it in our primary communication on Twitter? Answer: pretty much every single time. Every single time I was in Discord, apart from reaching out to people as person, or if the person in question doesn't use Discord much, I had 6K subs at the time, and this situation occurring over a year ago. And from what I can remember, I barely used Twitter at all. Oh, God, I know that's bullshit. You've been following me since 2018. That's a stone fucking lie.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
That's stone lie. He's on Twitter all the fucking time. He was in those chat groups all the time. That's a stone fucking lie. Maybe during February 2020, he downshifted a bit on Twitter, But this guy, he's known for not being able to fucking sleep and keeping in bizarro hours. Because when you're an Australian YouTuber, it's kind of tough.
Oh, this is the best part. Okay, ready? You're going to go ahead and read the answer. Okay. How had we called on Discord just before if you didn't have access?
Well, I think Dream's memory is failing him here. I only called this November 19th, 2019. The date of the situation occurring in February 8th, 2020, over 3 months later. To be honest, I don't blame him for not remembering everything with 100%. I've not been able to remember everything either. It shows how absolutely inconsequential this was to both of us at the time. Oh God.
Fucking moron.
Want to do it again?
Why did they use an alt Discord to troll you when they had access to your Discord as well?
The kid who was using my Discord. The kid who was using my account to troll. He created a fake Dream account to mess with Harley, Lieutenant Cobra. The DMs for my account gloat about being in a call with Dream. The alt account is perfectly understandable. I'm not sure what the point is. Let's see, why did they use an alt account to troll you when you had access to your Discord as well? Like, that's a completely reasonable question. So your whole story is that, you know, the kid took my account, like, so, and that's something that should have been brought up. Was he signing out of your account, signing back into your account, which I don't think you can do on Discord unless you have some kind of like password saver, and switching, you know, because that's kind of what he led us to believe. What he did, in fairness, he did say friends. I guess none of that really matters now.
None of this matters at all.
None of this really matters now. This is the best part.
Oh yes, this is the. Oh yes,
good,
yes.
good.
This, I love this one. Why did they message multiple people, multiple things that made it seem like you?
You're asking me why the kid did it? I have no idea. I can't read his mind. However, I only know that there are 3 people the kid messaged using my account. Lieutenant Cobra, Harley, and one other person. Harley was, God, he really had to put some fucking thought into this. It's hard to breathe with the gaslighting in this talk. Yeah, welcome to the gas chamber.
Whoa.
Jesus. Woo. Harley was the only person who responded. After I got back to my account, I unsent the message to the unnamed party to clean up the mess the kid made. I had barely talked to this person, and it would have been way too complicated to explain. Isn't that what this fucking doc is for? Who writes a 400-page Google Doc and say this is way too complicated to explain? Like nothing debunks anything. I initially thought I left a message to Cobra and sent, looking back recently, shows no evidence. That's always a red flag. Looking back recently shows no evidence of it, so I must have unsent that one as well.
Oh, perfect.
In other words, you can't prove it.
Yeah.
That's always a good sign somebody's full of shit. Prove it. To be honest, I can't remember. This was over a year ago. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You go into some detail. At one point, he goes, "It's too much detail." He goes into detail, and then he says, "I can't remember."
Selectively memorizing.
Let's try this.
Cool.
Here we go. You want to keep going?
Sure. Why did you say that they had your YouTube as well?
This is clearly a typo.
I
meant to say Discord. The whole conversation pertains to Discord. All right, maybe that might be true. Who knows?
That's the only statement that.
Yeah, it's the only one so far. That's definitely true.
Yeah.
That might be true.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Why did you say that you couldn't get in?
Honestly, I can't recall, but I do have a possible explanation. So you can't recall, but I'm going to tell you something. Listen to the wording here with liars in your own life, because this is textbook shit right here. I can't recall, but here's what I'm going to tell you. And it's something only my Australian friends can relate to. Many areas in Australia have poor mobile reception, especially while traveling. I used to live in one of these areas. Oh, I remember this. Like, he was able to talk on fucking Twitter, but said he couldn't get Discord. Yeah, that was fucking bizarre. That's one of the things I pointed out on our finely aged wine stream we did on this. Thinking this was probably bullshit. I used to live in one of those areas. The apps like Twitter do not need a constant stable connection in order to connect to DMs and scroll. The website Discord does. Is that true? I know it's true with Twitter. I'm not so sure with Discord. I think you might be right, though.
Which one was it?
He's saying that Twitter doesn't need constant fucking connection like Discord does on a mobile app.
Yeah, you'll keep connecting.
That's a lot of money, I guess.
If you do not have a constant connection, Discord will simply keep looping the connection. I think he's right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Thanks so much,
had that
Anna.
problem with my Wi-Fi, yeah.
At the top of the screen, it won't refresh any messages. All Aussies can back me up on this, I'm sure. Yeah, I think you're right on that. But yes. So throw more friends in the fire. The rest aren't questionable statements. I would like to refute regardless. That isn't. All right, refuted. The Discord thing is the only thing he could possibly refuted here. Everything else is I don't recall. Here's my God.
Yeah. No, this is good. So Dream says on Twitter, it was also multiple people that messaged me, not just one, and nothing you said refuted that.
When I confronted the kid in question, he told me he only messaged one person from the Dream account, that being Harley. I didn't see any evidence engaging with others on my account than the ones I had already mentioned. So I would love to. Oh yeah, fuck all you guys that said that. I fucking believed Harley, balls to bones. And a lot of you guys you guys should apologize. Some of you apologize to Harley. I just thought of that. I did not see any evidence engaging with others on my account other than the ones I had already mentioned. So I would love to know who the other people are that he is referring to. Dream did say to me in private that he couldn't remember, and that's perfectly understandable. But this was over a year ago. We both forgot things. Wow.
It's so crazy how he's like trying to remember and figure out what the kid did.
I love how he's passing the gaslighting. I've refuted this. It's an explanation, and it's reasonably plausible. That's it. That's not giving a plausible explanation is not proof. Having a good public image of being intelligent and well-spoken and good grammar is not proof of being a good guy. I know.
Are you sure?
I heard Hitler was a real good speaker.
Well, he did some good things.
Like speak.
Exactly.
He was good at it.
Yeah.
I would have responded to you had you DM'd me. Dream has brought this situation to the public over a year ago out of nowhere. I certainly am not going to message him if he wasn't going to give me the same courtesy. I mean, if this bothered him so much, I have no doubt in my mind that this part's true, that Dream is trying to get ahead of this because he heard about the Corbett video. Because I think Dream is a paranoid maniac.
But if you had that information before,
if you had that, but that does explain things. But I don't know. Like, look, Dream did this shit too. He double, triple, quadrupled, and got a doctor involved in this fucking video game cheating. So he's not very credible with me either. But just because somebody's not credible on one issue doesn't mean they're lying on something else. It's two. I can separate the two. And everything Dream said made more sense to me at the time. Much more sense. I mean, it really always came down to this to me. Did John fuck around with some other kid to Harley? Harley looks like somebody you might goof on. Even Willie Mack said that's what they were doing back in the NCO. They're just kind of picking on commentators and having a good time with them, having a little fun with them. All right, that's why it seemed like plausible to him. Is that less plausible than I logged into this computer and then this happened and then my internet wasn't good in this area? And it's just, it becomes, and then they start talking about, yup, and these are things I would say, these things I wouldn't say. And then there's Flamenco's arguments. This is something John Swan wouldn't do. That's not really an argument either. There was too much of that for me to then just sit there and come to the conclusion, yeah, he's fucking with that kid. Like, it was just so, to me, it was just very simple. And I also initially didn't buy Dream's bullshit based on his credibility in the video game cheating scandal. It really wasn't until Dream came out in public and kind of poked holes in it with his 300K stream on Twitch. That's when I was like, this shit sounds more plausible to me. Whatever. Let's see. Dream Reddit. Giving my main Twitter to Vouch, where he would, from his main Twitter, and vouch that it was me and say that we were amazing friends on the link and documentary to prove it. This simply never happened. The kid never had access to my Twitter. In fact, this is one allegation. I don't even know. I fucked that. I fucking fucked that up.
Yeah. It's just so weird.
I'm done with this shit.
Every time I hear the kid, it's just so funny to me.
I'll give John this. He is very creative.
Yeah. Oh, he's a talented guy.
I
said the
kid.
Really
clarification before we move
on. I never stated the kid was 12. I said he used 12-year-old humor.
12-year-old humor.
I don't know the kid's age. So he logged into a random stranger's age. He didn't know how old he was. And that's another thing. Like, this kid just knew everybody in the commentary community, and that's one of the biggest reasons I believe it. John initially explained it as this guy was kind of ignorant to what was going on YouTube, and I showed him my stuff. as Vault pointed out, probably one of the most logical things I heard during this whole thing, Vault pointed me out one morning and he said, why didn't he show him his phone? And I go, Vault, if we say that, he's just going to say he forgot his phone that day. Why did he show? Because every time that I've shown my contacts off, every single time that I bragged and look, I'm human. I like, I went to my daughter one time. Look, I'm talking to Sky Does fucking Minecraft. Look, and I'll show my phone. Like, why log into Discord? It just never jived right out the gate. I said he used 12-year-old humor, but I don't know the kid's age. It could be 13, 14, for all I know. I believe I said around 12 to a dream in private. The assumption is the kid was 12 makes up a lot of Dream's response. It's so important to keep this in mind going on. Jesus Christ.
By the way, the kid is very autistic. He is like stupid.
John's autistic. John's autistic. God. Lieutenant Code.
A true savant.
All right.
Oh
I don't know. I think we beat this to death.
yeah.